Welcome to Ventura, California, and to CCL Baseball and the Four Stars Broadcast Network. The Stars road trip continues as they head south to take on the Conejo Hoax for the fourth time this season. I'm Hunter Shoemaker, and we welcome you to Ventura College. And, well, yesterday the Stars put up 22 runs on 17 hits against the Arroyo Seco Saints. That set a season-high record with their 22 runs. Today, the Foresters, can they keep that momentum rolling here this afternoon? Here's the lineup for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Leading off and at short, Marcus Grease. Batting second and at doing the catching, Carter Rutenbar. In the 3 spot and in center field, Kurt Ippolito. In the middle, it'll be Wyland Nelson at first base, Chris Newstrom at second, and Nick Salmon in left field. On the back end, Luke Cornelison back in the lineup. He is at third. Josh Woodworth bats 8. He is the DH, and Landon Schaefer is in right field out of the 9 spot with Tanner Grove getting the ball, another left-handed pitcher for the Foresters. And the Stars are going to be facing Jaden Kolkowski, starting right-hander for the Oaks, 4th start of the season for the men wearing the baby blue this afternoon. So here is Marcus Grease hitting .370 entering this ball game, and the Foresters have a record, a Southern Division best at 18-3 entering this ball game, and both teams have won 3 straight contests. Strike one on Marcus Grease, and away we go from Pirates Park, Ventura College. We appreciate you joining us. Foresters back on the road today and also on the road tomorrow. Grease back in the top spot of the lineup today. Did not play yesterday. He's quickly in the hole, 0-2. After Grease, Rutenbar, then Ippolito. Season best yesterday, 22 runs. They even left 13 on base. Here's the 0-2. Do it again. And you look at the top spot yesterday for the Foresters. Ippolito and Camberg came around 7 times. Actually, the majority of the lineup recorded 7 plate appearances yesterday. Good battle here by Grease. He was hitting .370 entering this ball game, and it is the 4th meeting of the year between the Oaks and the Foresters. The Foresters have won the first 3 meetings, securing at least the season split against the Oaks. Look for the series victory here this afternoon in Ventura. Now the 0-2. He was able to check it. Ball 1. Kolkowski's numbers on the year is an 0-2 record, an ERA of over 10. He has more walks than strikeouts so far this season. Looking to put away the first man he faces, and Grease has been so good at getting on base. 2-2. And as a team, the Foresters, we touched on it yesterday if you were with us in Pasadena. But the Foresters, well, really, we've touched on so many times this year how good they have been offensively. Best slash line in the CCL. And after Grease fell behind 0-2, the count is run full with Rutenbar next. And it was a day yesterday when the Foresters worked 13 walks, along with their 17 hits. Grease takes the walk. What a plate appearance to start off the ball game. And we just mentioned the 13 walks yesterday. Well, the Foresters have walked 143 times this season, including the walk by Grease to start off this ball game. And that number is essentially, through 22 games, 143 times the Foresters have taken base on balls this year. So 1 on, nobody out, and that's ball 1 to Rutenbar. Rutenbar doing the catching here today. He's hitting .304, entering this ball game. Into center field, Mealy to his left, secures out number 1. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter is Ippolito. So yesterday, Ippolito came to the plate 4 times in 5 innings. And what did he do? Well, he had a 2-run double in the third inning stole a base. And his first home run of the year straight away into center field. A solo shot, and then the Sturs went back-to-back. Grease left early, tried to get back, and he's picked off. He was almost a third of the way to second base and gets picked off. Retreats back, and well done by Kolkowski not to balk. Steps off cleanly, and just like that, 2 out in the inning. And there goes the leadoff walk for the Foresters, so Ippolito still awaiting the first pitch. Takes a high strike, 0-1. That's outside the chalk line in the foul ground. Quick 2 strikes on Ippolito. I'll say it one more time, but Ippolito, the 2 extra base hit day yesterday. He entered yesterday hitting .407. He's hitting .414 now, along with improving his slugging numbers. Has to shorten up with 2 strikes. But not only what Ippolito did, but really up and down the lineup. Production from everyone. Cole Chamberlain had a fantastic day out of the 7 spot. 3 free passes along with 2 doubles. Check swing foul, remains 1-2 on Kurt. But both these teams this afternoon have won 3 straight games. One of those streaks will come to a close by the time that the sun has set here in California. Ippolito sees it in the dirt, 2-2. And for the starter for the Conejo Oaks, Jaden Kolkowski. Through 10 1/3 so far this season. 5 walks to 2 strikeouts. Trying to put away Ippolito. And deuces a fly ball to center. Mealy handles out number 3, and Kolkowski just has to face the minimum. Works around a leadoff walk. Through a half scoreless, Tanner Grove out to the hill for the Sturs.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
The left-hander, Tanner Grove, gets the ball. 4th start of the season for the Southpaw. 14 innings pitched so far, just 3 earned runs, 3 walks to 21 strikeouts for Grove. He's got a 1.93 ERA. Scoreless game, facing the top 3 for the Oaks. Now, last time Grove took the hill, carved up the Philippines. We'll give you that in just a moment. As that ball is lined into left, and that's how the ball game starts. Contreras is on first pitch. It's a single into left. Grove will have to work around a leadoff base runner. But the last start for Tanner on the 24th when the Foresters won 14-1 over the Philippines. Grove just needed 68 pitches to go 5. No walks to 12 strikeouts for Tanner in his last start against the Philippines. So after the first pitch, Contreras puts it in the left, and that's a strike to Owen Mealy. Yesterday, the Oaks won 6-2, actually over the Philippines, coming off a week last week where they went 4-1. 1-1 the count on Mealy starting in center field today for the Oaks. And an Oaks team hitting .274. And they enter this ball game 11-7, their overall record. Just misses away at the knees, 2-1. And if you're wondering, Contreras, one of the few runners on this team, the Oaks don't utilize the running game much, but the man at first does. Contreras, 7 stolen bases on 8 attempts, and for the Oaks, just 19 stolen bases on the year, compared to the Foresters' 81. Grove, first couple pitches not missing by much, 3-1. After Mealy will be Dylan Jackson for the Oaks. Mealy strikes out, 1 away. Grove comes back and gets Mealy for out number 1. So 1-on-1 out, and it's Dylan Jackson starting at first base today for the Oaks. Strike 1. Here's the defense today for Santa Barbara. Luke Cornelison is back in the lineup. He is at third. Marcus Grease is at short. Newstrom at second. Wylan Nelson is at first. Carter Rutenbar does the catching. Nick Salmon is in left. Kurt Ippolito's in center, and Landon Schaefer is in right. Breaking pitch misses down and in. 1-1 on Jackson. Guy hitting .295 entering this ball game. Trying to work around Contreras when we see the man at first make a jump. And you likely hear the wind. Wind's blowing out towards right field. Prevailing breeze here at the Ocean, essentially to the back of the catcher. Blowing dead away into right field. Here's a 2-1. Ball 3. Remember, Grove, just 10 hits and 3 walks in 14 innings pitched entering this ball game. A whip of less than 1. Newstrom flips to Grease, on to first, turns 2. And the 4-6-3 double play eliminates a leadoff single. That's one way to get around a leadoff single for Grove. Well done. This game is scoreless after 1 from Ventura.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Scoreless through 1 from Pirates Park on the campus of Ventura College. Thanks for joining us on the Foresters Broadcast Network. Game 2 of the road trip for the Sturs. Wyland Nelson, Chris Newstrom, Nick Salmon for the Foresters. In the second, Jaden Kolkowski worked around a leadoff walk. Actually, both starting pitchers worked around leadoff man getting on in their respective half innings. So here's Nelson hitting .250 and starting at first base today for Bill Pintard. That's up the middle, off the hill. That's a nice pickup by Nagy. One away. The Foresters on the road this season, a perfect 6-0. And actually, the Conejo Oaks, when you look at their home record, they are 10-2. And who has the 2 wins against the Conejo Oaks here at Pirates Park? Well, the Santa Barbara Foresters. So the 1 down base is clear. The batter is Chris Newstrom. Strike 1. Newstrom hitting .357. Entering this ball game. Down and away from Kolkowski. Ball and a strike. Monumental night last night for the Foresters down in Pasadena. They're 22 runs on 17 hits, setting a season best with the amount of runs in a single game. It's not just the run production, but it was also the limiting of runs against the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Saints team that averaged just under 7 runs a game. The Foresters, behind a great start by Jack Fowler, held them to 2 runs. Ball and 2 strikes on Newstrom. It'll then be Salmon in the Foresters' half of the second. That's a fly ball into left. Easy for Antoine. 2 out. Batter is Nick Salmon. Nick back in the lineup today, and he's in left field. Yesterday it was Chamberlain. We already touched on what a great day Cole had yesterday. Before we go any further, Chamberlain, 2 doubles, was walked, picked up 2 RBIs, stole a base, plated 4 runs, and also was hit by a pitch twice. So a great day from Chamberlain at the 7th spot, and it's Salmon starting out there today. And he's ahead 2-0 on Kolkowski. This ball game started with a walk to Marcus Grease. It was a heck of a plate appearance, falling behind 0-2. Ends up taking the base. Was eventually picked off. Kolkowski just had to face the minimum. Here's a 3-0. And a 2-out, 4-pitch walk to Salmon continues the inning. Second walk given up by Kolkowski. And Salmon's on in front of Luke Cornelison. So here is Luke Cornelison. It's been some time since we saw Luke in the lineup. He's been a fantastic arm out of the bullpen. He was one of 9 Foresters named to the All-Star team in the All-Star game, which will take place on Saturday in Reno, Nevada. That's up the middle. Here is Rodriguez, the short way for the force out, and the inning is over. Kolkowski works around the walk. Bottom of the second. Oaks bat. Scoreless game.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Matthew Whitco, Tyler Antoine, Tyson Reese for the Oaks. They get their first look at the starting southpaw Tanner Grove. Was able to work around a leadoff single, which started the ball game. And that's rolled to the right side for the second straight inning. The leadoff man goes after the first pitch, and Whitco is on to start the second. So the second knock for the Oaks. And the batter is Tyler Antwine. Antwine. 2 hits so far this summer for the Oaks. And this is an Oaks team averaging 7 runs a game. No team has been better than the Foresters at creating offense. The Oaks, solid offensive team this year. That's in there from Grove, gets back in the count 1-1. And the last meeting between the Foresters and the Oaks was the most competitive. The Foresters won 3-2 here at Pirates Park. Actually, Luke Cornelison got the win in that game. Fantastic pitch by Grove, strike 2. So that was the first win for Cornelison when Luke tossed 3 shutout innings, struck out 5. Lucian Wexberg got the save last meeting. Antwine reaches for it into right, and back-to-back singles starts the second for the Oaks. Two on, nobody out. Here's Reese. And a towering fly ball into right in the foul ground. Schaefer at a long run. And foul for strike 1. That ball was hammered off the barrel of the DH, who's hitting .273. 1 home run this season for the Oaks. And as a team, the Oaks just have 5 home runs, but this is a deep ballpark, especially in center field. About 460 dead away into center field. Granted, the winds are coming from behind home plate into right, but a monster center field here at Pirates Park. Here's the 1-1. Good breaking pitch by Grove, strike 2. The lead runner is Whitco, and an opportunity for the Oaks to play the first run of this ball game. Reese has brought home 12 this season out of anyone in the lineup. It's actually tied with Dylan Jackson and ground into a double play in the last inning. Reese as the DH today. After him will be Aiden Voiles. Massive pitch right here from Tanner Grove. Outside first. We'll do it again. Currently Conejo third in the CCL South behind Santa Barbara and Orange County. Stars 18-3. Orange County 15-7. The Oaks 11-7. It's gone back-to-back singles for the Oaks. Reese pops it up into foul ground. It's going to be Rutenbar. He's got it. One down. Nice play by Carter. And a huge first out for Grove and company. Let's not forget Rutenbar started at first base yesterday. We've seen him in the outfield, and he's behind the plate. So, with 2 on, 1 down, here's the catcher for the Oaks, Aiden Voiles. Voiles spent this past season with Westmont College, just up the road and just south of where the Foresters play at Santa Barbara High School. Aiden so far this summer hitting .367 for Conejo. Ball and a strike. Grove gets ahead, a ball and 2 strikes on Aiden Voiles. Voiles strikes out, foul tip, 2 down. Massive punch out for Tanner Grove. After giving up back-to-back singles, a foul out, and a K. And it's now Grant Rodriguez, 2 on, 2 out, bottom of 2. All 3 hits in this ball game off the backs of the Oaks. Contreras, Whitco, and Antwine all have the knocks. Here's Rodriguez. Handled by Rutenbar, runner on the move. They couldn't get him, not in time. Whitco advances on a ball in the dirt. And 2 in scoring position for the Oaks. That was a close play. Cornelison nearly got the tag on it. Good effort by Rutenbar. Rodriguez gets ahead 2-0. That's foul back over the first base dugout, strike 1. Rodriguez has brought home 10 this season. Batting out of the 8th spot, getting the start at second base for Conejo. The lead runner is Whitco. With that ball in the dirt, extra pressure on Grove and Rutenbar to execute here. On the outside corner, 2-2. So after Rodriguez was ahead in the count, 2 strikes from Tanner Grove. 2-2 pitch. Popped up to the right side. It's going to be Nelson. Secures out number 3, and Tanner Grove works around back-to-back singles to start off this inning. And after 2 from Pirates Park on the campus of Ventura College, Foresters, Oaks, scoreless. Santa Barbara Airport with 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, and United with 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. With 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego ensure you can get all over the world with just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to Los Angeles and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. Third inning between the Foresters and the Oaks. That's a first pitch swing and base hit for Josh Woodworth. The DH is on to start the third. There's the first hit of the day for the Foresters off the first pitch to Josh. So it's Woodworth, Schaefer, Grease, and now Rutenbar. He's scheduled in 3 batters' time after the first pitch. Woodworth goes after it and is rewarded with the first hit of the ball game for the Foresters. Second time this ballgame, the Foresters get their leadoff man on, and it's now Landon Schaefer. Squares around. That ball's in the dirt, down to second, Woodworth. So just 2 pitches from Jaden Kolkowski, and the Foresters have their lead man into scoring position. Schaefer squaring around once again. That's head. And the count is 2-0. Saw Schaefer yesterday when he pinch hit and entered the ballgame late. Schaefer entered for Sawyer Farr. After Farr went deep for his first home run of the season in the Finney's 5th inning. Deposited one over the right field fence at Jackie Robinson Field. Can the Foresters capitalize on the leadoff single and a ball in the dirt? Schaefer takes strike 2. Schaefer's brought home 6 this season for SB's, batting out of the 9th spot today. Top of the order with Grease stands on deck. Full count. And with the Foresters already securing a season series split, winning the first 3 games, look to secure the season series victory against the Conejo Oaks this afternoon. 3-2 to Schaefer. That puts 2 on, nobody out in the third. Single walk, 2 on in front of Marcus Grease. So the Foresters have walked 3 times in this game. That's how Grease started off this ball game, reaching base on balls. Back to the hill. Kolkowski doesn't have a play. Bases loaded. Fantastic bunt by Grease. Unless they're going to say that was foul initially. They're going to bring him back. Unless Grease was out of the box as well, as our officiating crew has a word. And they're going to say it's a foul ball. So runners back, Woodworth to second, Schaefer at first. Likely the conversation here down the first baseline is about Grease being out of the box. With the Foresters winning the first 3 meetings this year, you look back to a year ago. Santa Barbara won the season series 3-2, 5 times that the teams played. They play 6 times this season, so 1 extra game between the Oaks and the Foresters. So after the delay, it's 0-1 on Grease. Ball and a strike. The Oaks in the last had 2 on, nobody out. Were unable to convert. But now at the top of the order for the Foresters, can they cash in? Strike 2. And Grease, just a guy that graduated high school, has been so good going to TCU next year. When you look up and down this lineup, there are 4 men hitting above 300. Grease is one of them, hitting 370. Rutenbar, Newstrom, and Ippolito. The others hitting over 300. 1-2. Evens the count 2-2. In a game yesterday that went 3.5 hours down in Pasadena when the Foresters pushing in those 22 runs. Along with their 13 walks. Can they bring in their first runs right here? Got him on the inside corner, 1 away. So after it looked like Grease recorded a bunt single, loaded him up. Kolkowski gets him on a breaking pitch. And now with 1 away, first and second, the batter is Rutenbar. That is up the middle, base hit. Carter Rutenbar brings home the first run of the game. There's a play over at third, now down to second. Rutenbar swipes to second base. It's 1-0 Santa Barbara. So first blood drawn by Rutenbar on the RBI single. On the throw over to third base when Schaefer went first to third. Carter into second. So the aggressive base running pays off, and it's a 1-0 ball game in the third. And now an RBI chance for Ippolito. Kolkowski got him a fly out to center back in the opening inning. That's over the first base dugout, strike 1. And it's interesting, the Foresters played in their first runs in this ball game in the third, and that's exactly what happened yesterday against the Saints. 3 runs in the third for the Foresters, which opened up the floodgates, and then from that point, the Foresters never looked back. High and tight, and that's going to graze him on the shoulder. Ippolito loads him up, hit by a pitch, with just a single out in the third.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
So they're loaded up, one away, and the batter is Wyland Nelson. 0 for 1. Ground out to short in the last inning. That's on the outside corner, strike one. Just to finish that thought on yesterday's ball game, the Foresters scored in every run after the third except the eighth. They put up 5 in the ninth along with 6 in the fourth. The biggest innings of the ball game last night, of course, the 22 runs. And just sheer domination over the Arroyo Seco Saints, who are currently last of the franchise teams, that is, in the Southern Division. The lead runner is Schaefer. Nelson, just 2 batted in so far this year. But really since last week, Nelson has been holding down first base, missed 2 weeks with an injury. Great to have him back. Here comes the 1-1 from Kolkowski. Strike 2. And this is game 2 of a 3-game road trip for the All-Star weekend. All-Star game in Reno, Nevada on Saturday. 9 men on this Foresters roster named to the All-Star team to represent the Southern Division. Already 1 run in. What's going to be the damage? That's into the backstop. Schaefer to the plate, safe, and the Foresters on top, 2-0 in the third. Errant pitch by Kolkowski costs him a run. And it's now 2-2 on Nelson. Infield in for the Oaks. 2-2 from Kolkowski. Ball 3. After Nelson is Newstrom. The Santa Barbara team that's been perfect on the road this year. 2 runs in, 2 in scoring position. Nelson. He gets rung up. 2 down. So 2 out. Second and third, the batter is Newstrom. Newstrom, multi-hit game yesterday. Picked up an RBI, scored 2 runs down in Pasadena. RBI chance now for 30. Takes a strike, 0-1. He's driven in 5 so far this year. And a Foresters team that has plated with the 2 runs in this inning, 185 runs. They're playing game number 22 this afternoon in Ventura. Incredible what the Foresters have been able to do offensively. 1-1. Handled by Voiles. Newstrom gets himself ahead in the count. After Chris spending the past 2 years with Tennessee, native of Scottsdale, Arizona. Recently committing to UC Santa Barbara. After 33 games this past year with the Vols. Picked up 13 starts with Tennessee. Here's a 2-1. That is up the middle. Base hit for Newstrom. The Foresters add on 4-0 on the 2 RBI single by Newstrom. 4-0 in the third. So the third inning proving big once again for the Sturs. The Forsters were actually sat down in order in the first 2 innings last night. It was a perfect 6 up, 6 down for the starter for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Start off with a Cole Chamberlain double. 8 men came around to the plate. They put up a 3 spot, and right now in this third inning, 4 runs in, 1 on, 2 out. And that's a base hit down the right field line for Nick Salmon. First to third for Newstrom. Runners on the corners with 2 out in the third. So Salmon goes after the first pitch. And right as we were about to say, Salmon is the 8th batter of the inning. Just needs 1 pitch to get on for the second time today. He walked the last inning. It's now the number 7 hitter, Cornelison, the 9th man to dig in the third. And even though the Conejo Oaks are 11-7, coming off a week last week where they went 4-1, they lost to Orange County on Friday, then beat them on Saturday, and actually beat OC 13-2. And an Orange County team that has the second best record in the Southern Division at 15-7. Where Delta lost at the hands of the Oaks, and Kolkowski conceding 4 runs in the third. A 4-hit third inning. First and third, 2 down for Luke Cornelison. Bounced into a fielder's choice in the last inning. Cornelison hailing from Springdale, Arkansas. Played with the Razorbacks this past season as a freshman. That's foul, 1-1. And out of high school, Luke was the number 5 overall prospect in Arkansas by perfect game, and the number 1 third baseman. That's where Luke is this afternoon. Back at third base. Here comes the 1-1 from Kolkowski. The high fastball, strike 2. Newstrom at third, Salmon at first. 2 out. Cornelison takes the ball down low, runners on the move. Down to second goes Salmon. He takes his 5th base of the season. Perfect 5 for 5 for Nick on the base paths. And Forster's team that is so aggressive. They stole 81 entering this game today. That is their first stolen base of the ball game. Here's a shot into left, and that ball's into the gap. Luke Cornelison adds on for the Forsters a 2-run double to make it a 6-0 ball game in the third. And you could hear Bill Pintard out of that third base dugout. A loud rally cry supporting Cornelison on that gap shot. So a 6 spot for the Forsters in the third. Reminiscent of last night's game where they put up a 6 and also a 5 spot against the Saints. And just after the Forsters didn't even have a hit entering this inning, 6 runs on 5 hits in this inning alone. And it all started with this man who singled up the middle. Forsters have batted around. And that's in there, strike 1. Comes the 0-1 Woodworth. In the dirt, ball and a strike. And Woodworth is so familiar with this area. A guy that went to Ventura High School, as we are at Ventura College this afternoon. Two-time perfect game All-American with Ventura High School. Also even played with Team USA. Here's a 2-1. Nearly hits him. Ball 3. And Kolkowski just can't buy this third out. With 2 down, is gone 2-run single. Single in the right. The double by Cornelison. That is what's happened in this inning with 2 outs on the scoreboard. Now falls behind 3-1 to Woodworth. Went after it, and that's a towering fly ball into left. Antwine has room. Fights the win and secures out number 3. Woodworth gave it a ride, but the Forsters, 6 runs on 5 hits. Last of the third. Sturs on top.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Bottom of the third, Foresters on top 6-0 over the Conejo Oaks. Nagy leads off, gets his first look at Tanner Grove. Tanner had a long wait in the third base dugout after the Sturs just put up a 6 spot on 5 hits. That's in there at the knees on Nagy. 0-1. 9-1-2 for the Oaks. Work to do, and Grove has worked around a couple leadoff men getting on base and gets ahead 0-2 on Nagy. And Grove got out of back-to-back singles, nobody out in the last inning, put up a 0. And he's ahead 0-2 on Nagy, who's hitting .325 out of the 9th spot of the order. Both Nagy and the man standing on deck have been solid. Ball 1. This is a Conejo team yesterday that beat the Philippines 6-2, coming off a 4-1 week last week. And that's foul back. We'll do it again. Two and two. Nagy strikes out, one away. Third punch out for Grove. And we're back to the top. Brandon Contreras started off the ball game going after the first pitch, single to left. Then was retired 4-6 and a 4-6-3. That ended the first inning. Contreras did not play the last time that the Foresters and the Oaks faced off. That's when the Stars won 3-2 in a ball game that was back and forth. The Oaks had an early lead through 3. The Stars were able to hold on to a 1-run victory. 2 quick strikes on Contreras. It was Lucian Wexberg who picked up the save, struck out the side for his second save of the season on just 13 pitches. That was fun to watch. Grove struck out Nagy. Contreras strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Grove. So 2 down. The batter is Owen Mealy. Grove got him on a K in the first. Starts him off with the heater away, ball 1. And starting pitching has been so solid this year for the Foresters, and also the fact that the Foresters have a number of left-handed starters. We saw Fowler yesterday picked up his 3rd win of the season, going 4 shutout innings, just allowing 2 hits. We already mentioned how Grove carved up the Philippines last time he took the hill with 12 Ks through 5. Falls behind here 3-0 to Mealy. Tanner spent his freshman year with Cal. 8 appearances. Gets back in the count after he graduated from St. Mary's High School. 2024 San Joaquin section champ. Grove brings home the 3-1. And the inning continues. Mealy, a 2-out base on balls, gets on front of Dylan Jackson. First walk given up by Tanner. So now on the season, through 16 2/3, including what's happened today, 4 walks to 25 strikeouts. The numbers for Tanner Grove. That's incredible, and starts off Jackson with an off-speed away. Strike 1. Jackson ground into the double play in the opening inning. He's 0 for 1. And after the Foresters just put up 6, the last thing you want to do for the Oaks, especially offensively, bring the Forester bats right back to the plate. They did have the walk to at least force Grove to face 4. Here comes the 1-1. Just missing away. Ball 2. And with Grove able to work around the traffic in the first 2 innings, Forester pitching staff with an ERA of just over 2. Runners on the move. Here's a fly ball to center. It's falling quick. It's down. Runners on the corners with 2 down in the 3rd. First and 3rd, 2 down, and the batter is Matthew Whitco. Singled his first time in right. Actually led off the second inning when there were back-to-back hits for the Oaks. Grove worked around them. Whitco looking for RBI number 10 this season. On the outside corner, 1-1. So Owen Mealy just went first to third, got the head start. Jackson puts the ball in play into shallow center. 1-1. Fooled him, strike two. So Rutenbohr behind the plate today. Wants to make sure he's on the same page as Grove. Yesterday, Becker got the start. Wilson entered in relief. And it was just 2 days back. On paper, 2 games back. Rutenbohr caught against Menlo Park. Just through the legs, and that's going to advance Jackson down to second. Not far enough for Mealy to make a jump at the plate. So ball in the dirt puts Jackson into scoring position with 2 down. Whitco's 1 for 1, and Grove trying to put up another 0. Grove, who hasn't seen a lot of traffic this season, a whip less than 1. Seen a number of guys behind him. 2-2 from Tanner. Popped up to the left side. Grease says he has it, and once again, Tanner Grove works around the traffic. Foresters on top 6-0 after 3. Oaks have stranded 4.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Fourth inning, Foresters on top 6-0 over the Conejo Oaks. Pitch and change for the Oaks. Landon Martin, the right-hander, takes over for Jaden Kolkowski. The starter is on the hook, ends up going 3, giving up 5 hits, 6 runs. Kolkowski's day complete, and Landon Martin actually pitched the last time that the two teams met when the Foresters won 3-2. Martin gave up a run in the middle of that ball game, which ended up being the winning run for the Foresters. So Martin picked up the loss the last meeting these two teams met. Martin's last line against the Foresters, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Again, that game was on the 16th of June. And we're now ticked over into the month of July. And the inning starts with Landon Schaefer. So it's Schaefer, Grease, Rutenbar, the 9-1 and 2 hitters. After the Foresters put up a 6 spot in the last. Didn't even have a hit entering that last inning. And very familiar and similar to yesterday's ball game. Opened up the scoring in the 3rd. 2 quick strikes on Schaefer, who walked his first time. Ended up coming around to score. 0-2 from Martin. That's on the outside corner. 3 pitches, strikeout number 1 for Martin. So 1 down, base is clear. Back to the top of the lineup with Marcus Grease. Grease 0 for 1. Went down looking his last time, worked a walk in the opening inning. Ball 1. Grease, who hails from Tustin, California, in the Los Angeles area, graduate of Orange Lutheran, committed to TCU. Takes it up the middle and a base hit. So Grease collects his first hit of the day with 1 out in the 4th. That's going to bring up the catcher, Carter Rutenbar. Rutenbar, the All-Star, collected an RBI his last time when he singled to center. That's also where he was retired his first time on a line out. So Carter is 1 for 2. Slider into left field. Rutenbar picks up his second hit. 2 on with 1 out in the 4th. Now reminiscent of the last inning with back-to-back hits for the Foresters. And Ippolito batting at the 3 spot. Not the man you want to put men on in front of. Here it is. 0 for 1 today. Runners on the move and a free 90. Grease and Rutenbar use their legs to get into scoring position with 1 down. Grease picks up stolen base number 11. Rutenbar number 4. Gets rid of any force out. Infield now in for the Oaks. Ball 1. That's now 2-0 on Ippolito. Good count now for Kurt. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 4th meeting of the year between the Foresters and the Oaks. And Ippolito, with what he has done this season, named to the All-Star team. He's been so good. Good slider from Martin, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 from Martin. To the left side, Nagy records the out. That brings in another run. 7-0 in the 4th. Ippolito picks up the RBI. 2 down. Rutenbar over to third. 7-0 ball game, and the batter is now Wyland Nelson. Nelson is 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. And at the knees, 0-1. The first meeting of the year, the Foresters won at Pirates Park 8-4. When the two teams played at Eddie Matthews Field for the first time. The Foresters blew out the Oaks, winning 19-2. Last time the two teams met, it was a one-run game. Came down to the wire with Wexburg picking up the save. 1 on, 2 down, 1 run in. Nelson takes strike 3 and the inning is over. But the Foresters tack on 1 more. Bottom of the 4th, Oaks bat down by 7.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Tanner Grove back to work for the Foresters. 7-0 SB. Last of the 4th, Antoine, Reese, and Voiles for the Conejo Oaks. Antoine's last time singled down the right field line was stranded at second. Grove starts him off with the ball down 1-0. The Conejo Oaks have been really good at home this season. Their only 2 blemishes coming at the hands of the Foresters. They are 10-2. And their 12 games being played here at Pirates Park. Good count now for the starting left fielder for the Oaks. Two and one. And the last start for Grove, ended up going 5. Required 68 pitches to get through the first 5. Gets himself back in the count. 2-2 now on Antoine. It's a 5, 6, and 7 batters for Conejo. After conceding 6 runs in the 3rd, 1 in this inning. Antoine strikes out 1 away. Strikeout number 5 for Grove. And we said it earlier, but Grove, 12 strikeouts against the Philippines in that last start. It was incredible. That's the most by a single pitcher in any one start. Hunter Vincent had 11. Grove bested him by 1 and starts off with a strike to the DH Tyson Reese. Reese fouled out his first time. And a moonshot into right sends Schaefer towards the chalk line. He has enough room and secures out number 2. And just bumped into the wall right as he was making the catch. But holds on to it. 2 down. So 2 down, and the batter is Aiden Voiles. Turns on the first pitch. That is drilled, but on the wrong side of the pole, down and left, for a loud strike number 1. Voiles playing for Westmont, started in the elimination game for the Warriors. Game 3 of the Pac West Championship. It was the first elimination game against Concordia. Voiles got the start behind the plate for Paul Svagdis. Concordia ends up winning that game 12-3 over Westmont. 2-2. And a strikeout ends the inning. Number 6 for Grove. Sits down the Oaks in order. This game's headed to the 5th. Stars on top by 7.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Fifth inning against the Foresters and the Oaks. This 5th inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. It's time for the Finney's 5th inning, brought to you every Foresters game by Finney's Craft House. Finney's has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. So a run in the last inning, 6 in the 3rd to make it a 7-0 ball game. Landon Martin, the right-handed reliever, remains in this game. 1 run came in on his watch on 2 hits in the last. Deals with Newstrom, and then Salmon and Cornelison. Newsham's last time, 2-run single, up the gut, played it a run himself. And now a little discussion. So a conversation, two of umpires along with Landon Martin. And a little discourse with the first base dugout as well. But it is 0-1 on Newstrom. One for 2 days so far. That's a big hopper. Jackson flips, and they get the out at first, 1 away. Good cover by Martin. So 1 down. Here is a starting left fielder, Nick Salmon. Walked, and then his last time singled into right, stole a base, scored. So a good day so far for Mr. Salmon. We'll be going to Oregon State come the fall. And big day in college athletics. July 1, 2026 was a big day circled on the calendar for many athletic departments around the country. All the changes to the conference happening at midnight earlier today. Oregon State now being joined in the Pac-12 by a number of other schools. Pac-12 now with 9 institutions. The Big West, Mountain West all changing, especially on the West Coast. So many conferences look so much different now compared to what it looked like yesterday. Here's a 1-1. Ball 2. The Mountain West losing a number of schools to the Pac-12 being brought back. Mountain West picking up UC Davis and Hawaii from the Big West. The Big West picking up 3 schools themselves. So July 1st, a big day in college athletics, and the implications of what things look like next year will be interesting. And Salmon will be a part of it in Corvallis. He sees the 2-2. Full count. Got underneath it and back out of play. After Salmon, Cornelison. Another 3-2 pitch. And that ball was lodged in the chain link fence. Luke was able to dislodge it just to our right. Salmon fights off another one. Nick's making Martin work. Three-two from Martin. Lost him. What a plate appearance from Salmon. Fouls off a couple of pitches. Ends up working his second walk of the day to go along with the single. Perfect 3 for 3, reaching safely today for Nick. That's going to bring up Luke Cornelison. Luke is 1 for 2. Had a gap shot in the third. Brought home 2 runs, and that's big for Cornelison. We told you earlier, Bill Pintard, a big cheer for Luke when he cruised into second base for a 2-out double. Martin starts him off with the breaking pitch, strike 1. It's been a little bit since we've seen Luke in the lineup. Told you earlier he was a big reason why the Foresters won this game last time they were here in Ventura. It is in terms of the pitching side of things. 3 shutout innings, just a single hit by Luke. He was the pitcher of record, picked up the win, struck out 5 on the 16th. He was huge. With 1 on, 1 out, the 0-2. Gets him looking 2 down. Nice pitch from Martin. A third K for the right-handed reliever. So with 2 down, here is Woody. Woodworth going after the first pitch, strike 1. 1 for 2 days so far for Nelson. Singled his last time scored. Runners on the move. That's into left. Second hit of the day for Woodworth. Salmon first to third. Runners on the corners. The 2-out knock from the DH Woodworth. He gets on in front of Schaefer to put runners on the corners, 2 down in the Finney's 5th inning. The Forsters have scored in the 3rd and in the 4th. Schaefer walked his first time scored, and actually, when you look at what the Forsters have done, 8 out of the 9 in the lineup today have all reached safely at 1 point. Martin gets ahead, 0-2 on Landon. Landon was actually the first man that Martin faced. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch gets him looking, and the inning is over. The Forsters strand 2. This game's going to the bottom of the 5th. Forsters on top, 7-0. Santa Barbara Airport with 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, and United, with 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Portland, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Sacramento, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle, with 26 daily departures. SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and Santa Barbara ensures you can get all over the world with just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to Los Angeles and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more and book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. First pitch and change of the ball game for the Forsters. Joey Wittig, the right-hander, takes over for Tanner Grove. Another fantastic outing by Tanner Grove. Ends up going 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Grove, in line for the victory. 7-0 Foresters, bottom of the 5th, and Wittig will face 8, 9, and 1. Rodriguez, Nagy, Contreras. Wittig last pitched on Sunday on the 28th against the Menlo Park Legends in a 3-1 affair. Wittig, pitcher of record, picked up the 3rd win of the season for the right-hander. He was the first man out of the bullpen after Calvin Prosky went 5, struck out 8. Wittig just pitched 1 inning in 15 pitches. Got in line for the victory after the Foresters put up a 3 spot in that 6th inning, and he's 3-0. First pitch out of play over the third base dugout, strike 1 on Rodriguez. Rodriguez pop up to first. His first time, that was in the 2nd. Tanner Grove. Another great outing for the left-handed starter. So it's Wittig's time now to take the hill. Ball and strike on Rodriguez. This 5th inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. Here is the 2-1 from Wittig. On the edge, 2-2. So 4 shutout innings by Tanner Grove, just 4 hits. Walked 1, struck out 6. And Wittig brings home the 2-2 to Rodriguez. Full count. And Wittig has been one of the busiest men out of the bullpen this season for the Foresters. A consistent arm. Again, he's got that 3-0 record. To the left side, here is Grease. 1 down. If you're joining us late, Cornelison is at 3rd, Grease at short, Newstrom is at 2nd, Nelson is at 1st, Carter Rutenbar behind the plate, Salmon is in left, Ippolito straightaway center, Schaefer is in right. The Foresters put up a 6 spot in the 3rd, tacked on 1 more in the 4th to make it a 7-0 ball game in the last of the 5th inning. Strike 1 on Zach Nagy. Both teams have won 3 straight games. The Foresters yesterday routing the Saints 22-2. 22 runs this single best this season. Up the middle, range from Grease, and Nagy is on in the 5th. A tough play, a lot of ground to cover for Grease. So Nagy is on at the 9 spot, and it's now Brandon Contreras. There's a tough play, fielding that ball behind second base, but it's going to go down as an E6. So it's now Contreras with 1 on, 1 out. In the dirt, ball 1. In terms of the running game, Nagy, one of the few that has used his legs this season. He's got 4 stolen bases on 5 attempts. That's out of play, 1-1. And if you were with us earlier, the man at the plate and the man currently on base, really the only 2 in this lineup today that have done any running. And this is an Oaks team that has only attempted 23 stolen bases on the year. Contreras, 1 for 2 day. That is into left, a base hit. 2 on with 1 out in the Finneys' 5th inning. Contreras has a multi-hit game. First and second, 1 down, and it's now Owen Mealy in a 7-0 ball game in the Finneys' 5th inning. Waiting to find a ground ball, let his defense go to work. Right on cue, Nelson gets the out at first. 2 down, and the runners advance. It is a productive out for Mealy. It's going to bring up the hard-hitting Dylan Jackson. Jackson out of the 3-hole. He is 1 for 2. Has brought home 12 this season and has got 13 and 14 in scoring position. Ball 1. That's in there. Nice tight delivery from Wittig, 1-1. Doubles him up on the same pitch, 1-2. Jackson, his first time grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Had a shallow single into center field. Was stranded at second base. So far, the Oaks have stranded 4 in this ball game, with Nagy at third, Contreras at second. 1-2 from Wittig. That's to Newstrom. And after 5, the Conejo Oaks have stranded 6. Wittig works around some traffic. Sturs on top, 7-0 over the Oaks.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Grease leads off in the 6th for the Foresters. Top 3, Marcus, Rutenbar, and Ippolito. For the Foresters, they lead 7-0. Away half of the 6th frame. Martin back to work. Ball and a strike now on Grease. Landon Martin took over in the 4th. The Foresters stranded a pair against him in the last. That is lined off a short hop right past Nagy. And Grease is on to start the 6th. Hard hit ball. A one hopper right in front of Nagy. Couldn't pick it up. And Grease is on in front of Rutenbar. Carter's got a multi-hit game going. He's 2 for 3, singled his last 2 times. Martin starts him off with a slider. Strike 1. And by the way, it's a base hit for Grease. His second of the day to go along with a walk. Rubenbar single to left and in the center. Runners on the move. Strike at the plate. Grease down to second. Safe. And Grease has his second stolen bag of the day. Grease now has 12 on the season. One of the best runners on this team and the Foresters team that is oh so aggressive on the base pass. Entering today, 81 stolen bases on 95 attempts. Rubenbar behind the count. To Jackson. Records the out at first. Over to third. Grease, 1 away. So here's Kurt Ippolito. His last time grounded out, but that brought home a run, and that was in the 4th. He's also been hit by a pitch, scored. Sac fly in play here in the 6th for Ippolito. And here's a fly ball into left center field. Mealy toggles, records out number 2, and Ippolito, a sac fly, makes an 8-0 ball game in the 6th. So second ribby for Ippolito. Base is now clear, 2 out, and it's now Wyland Nelson. Into left center field, and Nelson continues the inning with 2 out in the 6th. Nelson reached for the first time today. Recording his first hit, and he gets on in front of Chris Newstrom. Chris is 1 for 3. 2-run single in the 3rd. Came around to score as well. Goes after the first pitch, a mile in the air on the infield. And it will be Nagy to record out number 3. Foresters strand 1, but they tack on 1 more. Last of the 6th, Oaks bat stirs on top, 8-0.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters lead 8-0. Bottom of 6. Matthew Whitco, Tyler Antwine, Tyson Reese get their first look at Joey Wittig. Wittig back to work. Worked around some traffic in the last two. Were stranded in scoring position for the Oaks. First pitch down on Matthew Whitco, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled his first time in a right. Then a pop up on the infield. Zipped in there by Joey, 1-1. When you look around the CCL, the Slow Blues, the first team to 20 wins this season. Granted, they've played a couple more games than anyone else. They have played now 25 entering today. They are 20-5, their overall record. Behind them, the Walnut Creek Crawdads are 16-4. Walnut Creek has now won 12 straight games. So both the Blues, the Foresters, and Walnut Creek at one point this season have won more than 10 straight games. And Walnut Creek is rolling in the north. 2-1. 2-2. And 4 of the 5 teams in the Southern Division with 11 wins or better. Conejo just a half game ahead of the Academy Barons currently, and that's actually who the Foresters play tomorrow down in Compton. Whitco leads off. Sees the 2-2 from Wittig. Even though the team's meeting for the 4th time today, they'll still play 2 more times. They'll play on Monday, this coming Monday the 6th. So makeup game is initially scheduled on the 5th of June. And then also on the 10th. So still 2 more meetings between these 2 teams before the end of the regular season. The Oaks and the Blues, the Foresters both play. I should say the Foresters played the Oaks and the Blues. Both teams 6 times this season. Good plate appearance going, the 3-2. Into foul ground, into left. Salmon runs out of room. So the battle continues between Whitco and Joey Wittig. That's up the middle. What a battle by Matthew Whitco. Collects his 2nd hit of the day. Leads off the 6th with a single. So 1 on nobody out for Tyler Antwine. Singled his first time. Grove got him on a strikeout in the 4th. That's his first look at Joey Wittig. The Oaks have had some base runners. They've stranded 6 to this point. And Antwine gets ahead 2-0. And an Oaks team averaging 7 runs a game. They've been solid in terms of offensive production. One of the better teams in the CCL at creating runs. Need to push any through in this one. Whitco just has 1 stolen base this season. And an Oaks team that does not run a whole lot. Another check on the runner. Nelson holds on to him. There have been 6 hits scattered throughout the course of this game. That's how this inning has started. Leadoff single by Whitco. 2-1 to Antwine. Ball 3. After Antwine, it will be the DH, Tyson Reese. Can the Oaks get anything going offensively? Left side, that's through for a base hit. 2 on, nobody out in the 6th for the Oaks. Antwine is now 2 for 3. And this is exactly how the second inning started. Back-to-back singles off of Tanner Grove. Then a foul out, strikeout, and a pop-up ended the inning. Whittick has gone 1+ in relief. Now has to navigate the DH Tyson Reese, who is 0 for 2. Strike 1. A high strike. Whittick gets ahead 0-2. The lead runner is Whitco. After giving up back-to-back singles, Whittick. The 0-2. Ball 1. Tyson Reese did not play the last time that these two teams met. Back on the 16th. Can you have an impact trying to catalyze this Oaks team in the bottom of the 6th? After Reese will be Aiden Voiles, starting catcher for the Conejo Oaks. Here at Pirates Park from Ventura College. 4th meeting of the year. The first 3 all went to the Foresters. The closest of those 3 games was the last meeting on the 16th, when SB won 3-2. Another strike 2 pitch from Joey Whittick. In the air to center. Easy for Ippolito. Secures out number 1. Huge first out for Joey Whittick. So a 2 on, 1 out. It's the catcher, Aiden Voiles. That's in the dirt. And a free base for Whitco and Antwine. 2 in scoring position with 1 out. And there was a defensive change we were just notified of. Brady Janusik is in center field. So it was Janusik making the play out in center. He will bat in the 3 spot for Ippolito. But right now, 2 in scoring position for Voiles. That is to Newstrom. gets the out at first, and the first run of the ball game in for the Oaks. Voiles brings him home 8-1 in the 6th. So a 2-out, Antoine over to third. The batter is Grant Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2. But the Oaks on the board. Ball 1. If you're joining us late, Tanner Grove, the starter, in line for the victory after going 4 shutout innings. Just 4 hits to the Oaks, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. And in the CCL, if you're the pitcher of record, you end up going 4 as a starter, in line for the victory. That's painted on the corner, 1-1. So a 2 down. Here's the 1-1 to Rodriguez. Just off the end of the bat. So the Oaks played their first run in the 6th inning. Capitalizing on back-to-back singles, Wittig looks to keep it at just 1 run. Rodriguez fouls it off again. Just ticked into 6 o'clock local time. We appreciate you joining us, Wittig. Can he end the inning right here? Yes, he can. The Oaks plate their first run on 2 hits. Strand 1 after 6. Sturs on top 8-1 over the Oaks. Santa Barbara Airport with 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, and United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. With 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego. Ensure you can get all over the world with just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to Los Angeles and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. Landon Martin remains in this ball game on the hill for the Conejo Oaks. He took over in the 4th. Back out for his 4th inning. He will face Salmon, Cornelison, and Woodworth. Foresters lead 8-1, 4th meeting of the year. Sturs Oaks. Strike 1 on Nick Salmon. Big day for Nick. 2 walks, a single, stolen base, and a run scored. So a little bit of everything for Salmon. He's in the hole, 0-2. Martin has done well, just holding the Foresters to 2 runs since coming in. Forester offense and lineup that is potent, 1 through 9. But where this game came undone in the 3rd inning when the Foresters put up 6. 1-2 to Salmon. Checked his swing, and it's going to hit his foot. No swing, and Salmon is on to start the 7th. A hit batsman by Martin.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
So Salmon reaches safely for the 4th time today. And it's now Luke Cornelison. 1 for 3 day for Luke. Gap shot in the left center field. Brought home 2 runs in that big 3rd inning. Goes right after the first pitch, strike 1. The runner's on the move. A strike at the plate. Errant throw, and Salmon into scoring position. Stolen base number 2 in this ball game. Nick into scoring position with nobody out in the 7th. And a Foresters team facing the defending CCL champs. Conejo won the championship last year over the Sonoma Stompers. And that's a breaking pitch to get Cornelison 1 away. And even though the Oaks won the CCL championship last year, everyone knows the amount of volatility and turnover in these rosters year in and year out. The Foresters have 9 returning players from last year or at least 2 years ago. So Woodworth working on a 2 for 3 day with 1 on, 1 out. A single to center and into left. Grew up literally right down the road here at Ventura College. Woodworth going to Ventura High School. Actually, a couple of guys from Ventura High School on this roster this year. That is upstairs, ball 1. And we touched on the conference realignment earlier today with Woodworth playing in the West Coast Conference. The WCC in a year's time will pick up 2 more members, UC San Diego and UC Santa Barbara. But that one's going to have to wait 1 more year, even though today marks the major changes. All the teams going to the Pac-12, Mountain West, and the Big West all shifting around. Jason, the high fastball, 2-1. But the Waves and the WCC will have more company an exact year from today, with the Tritons and the Gauchos join the West Coast Conference. It's 2-1, 2-2. Can the Foresters capitalize on the leadoff man getting on? Two to Woodworth. That's in the dirt. Full count. Landon Schaefer, the scheduled batter for the Foresters. And in the hole, top of the order with Marcus Grease. Two down. Back-to-back Ks for Martin, both of which looking. So 2 down. Salmon at second. And it's Lynn Schaefer to dig in for the 4th time this ball game. That's in at the knees. Strike one. And Martin has done really well in relief. That was his 6th K. 8th by Conejo pitching. Really impressive relief appearance. But he just came in and the game was already a 6-run deficit for his team. Holding the Foresters to 2 runs. After the Foresters put up 22 yesterday, and then, of course, the 6th spot in the 3rd. That's an accomplishment. Here's no 2. Ball 1. Schaefer's reached safely once today. That was in the 3rd. Walked, came around to score on a wild pitch. That was that 6-run 3rd inning on 5 hits. 1-2. Sliced over the first base dugout. And so many guys this year from Arkansas that play day in and day out. Schaefer is one of them. One of the top prospects out of high school. Playing in Santa Barbara. That's another one fouled off behind the plate. Remains 1-2. It all started with a hit batsman, a stolen base. Salmon hasn't moved since. Good work by Voiles, 2-2. But the Foresters playing their 7th game on the road this season. Now as it is July, the majority of games this month will be on the road, accustomed to taking the bus all up and down the state. Schaefer fights off another one. Schaefer, a heck of a battle here in the 7th with 2 out, 1 on. And then just a couple of plate appearances past year with Arkansas. Such a highly ranked recruit. Sees another 2-2. That's to the left side. Whitco had to jump to make the play. And a good play over at 3rd by Matthew Whitco to retire the side. And Landon Martin works around a leadoff hit batsman. Next 3 sat down. Foresters on top 8-1.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Bottom of the 7th, Foresters on top 8-1 over the Oaks, who just plated their first run of the ball game in the last. Pitch and change Also, a couple of defensive changes. We let you know that Janusik entered defensively in center field the last inning. Aiden Camberg is now into the game to catch. And Caleb Hoover, the All-Star, takes over on the hill. Hoover yesterday started as the DH, multi-hit day. Had an automatic double straight away to center field at Jackie Robinson Field. Also plated a run. And Hoover takes over on the bump, the two-way man, and CCL All-Star this year, one of 9 Foresters named to that list. Primarily for what he's done as the DH this year, has been unbelievable. An average entering yesterday of over 500. But he's been solid on the hill. Did not pitch last year with the Foresters. Coming off a broken hand during the spring. Just wanted to get the bat back in his hands. Didn't pitch with South Carolina this past year, but here he is getting back into it. And induces a ground ball off the bat of Nagy. Does it himself. 1 away. So he dispatches the number 9 man. 1 unassisted. 1 away. Back to the top with Braden Contreras. And speaking of All-Stars, Contreras is 1 of 3 for the Oaks named to the All-Star team this year. 2 for 3 day. Both into left field. Fastball is down from Caleb, ball 1. And those 2 singles sandwiched around a strikeout. Here's Newstrom. 2 down. By the way, Joey Wittig ends up going 2 innings. 1 run on 3 hits for Wittig. No walks and 1 strikeout for the man who has 3 wins this season. And Caleb working quick, 2 down. The batter is Owen Mealy. Fills it up, 0-1. Mealy 0 for 2, walked in the 3rd. Was stranded at 3rd base. He's in the hole, 0-2. Caleb, quick tempo on the hill. Left side base hit. Mealy continues the 7th, the 2-out knock. With 2 strikes as well. In this 8-1 ball game, the batter is Dylan Jackson. One on, 2 out. The first baseman is 1 for 3 today. Strike 1. Ball's in the dirt. The throw from Camberg high down to second Mealy. With the ball in the dirt, Mealy saw a little space, takes the base. It's 1-1. So Hoover picking up the single with 2 out and in scoring position. Jackson takes a strike, 1-2. Guy that's brought home 12 this season. And can number 12 make it 13? A strikeout ends the inning. Hoover works around the 2-out single, works quick, and this game's headed to the 8th. Sturs on top, 8-1.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
New pitcher into the game for the Oaks. Seth Sligo takes over, faces the top three. Grease, Camberg, and Janusik. Camberg and Janusik hit for the first time. But here is Grease. A 2-for-3 day along with a walk. Stolen 2 bases and has plated 2 runs. 8-1 Foresters. They've scored in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th innings here this afternoon. Strike one at the knees to Grease. Game 2 of a 3-game road trip for the Foresters approaching the All-Star weekend. The All-Star game, a different location this year. The AAA Park of the Reno Aces, the affiliate of the Diamondbacks, typically at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton. And the Youth Academy is where the Foresters will be tomorrow to take on the Barons. There have been some good games between the Foresters and the Barons this season. Expect nothing less tomorrow. But meanwhile, it's 1-2 on Marcus. 2-2. Counts run full. On that slow windup by Sligo. Couple quick strikes on Grease. Couple of good takes. Sprays this one over the first base dugout. Means 3-2. Grease is hit by a pitch, and he's on to start the 8th.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This Hit by a Pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
Grease aboard safely for the 4th time today. And now hitting for the first time, Aiden Camberg took over when Hoover entered the game on the hill. Camberg took over behind the plate for Rutenbar. So 1 on and nobody out. Ball 1. Before we touch on Camberg, Rutenbar 2 for 4 day. Stolen base, an RBI, and a run scored for Carter. So a great day for the Swiss Army knife back behind the plate here today. That's now Camberg. And he gets ahead 2-0. Aiden yesterday entered for Ippolito in right field. 3 plate appearances over the span of 4 innings for Camberg. He's hit by a pitch, walked, and singled. So a great day for Aiden yesterday coming in off the bench. What can he do here? He's ahead 3-0. Takes the walk. 2 on, nobody out in the 8th. So Camberg in his first plate appearance takes base on balls. And it's now Brady Janusik to hit for the first time. Was a defensive change for Kurt Ippolito. Janusik batting out of the 3 spot. 2 on, nobody out. Top of the 8th. This 8-1 ball game. It's in at the knees, strike 1. Ippolito today ends up going 0 for 2. By 2 RBIs, he was also hit by a pitch, scored a run. His last time Ippolito had a sac fly to center. Here's the 0-1 to Janusik. Just misses away. 1-1. Foul tip, strike 2. Big cut from Brady. And you've been with us throughout this season. We've touched on how good Janusik was with Baylor this past year. 14 home runs with 53 batted in. It was incredible what the Texas native did for Baylor as a true freshman. Ball 1. With those 14 home runs, slugged .563 and had 229 ABs. Started in center field yesterday. And the counts were on full. It was a multi-hit day yesterday for Brady. Also 3 batted in. He scored 3 runs too. Everybody up and down the lineup had a heyday with the 22 runs on 17 hits. 3-2. That loads him up. A hit batsman and then back-to-back walks for the Foresters in the 8th. So the base is loaded, nobody out. And batter is Nelson. Singled his last time in the 6th. With the lead runner, Marcus Grease. Can the Foresters tack on more runs? Ball 1. And Seth Sligo struggling to fill up the zone. Doesn't get the call there. Didn't miss by much, 2-0. Into center field, and that is a base hit for Nelson. Second hit of the day, brings home 2 runs. Nelson on the throw to third, down to second. Nelson has his second hit of the day. It's now 10-1 Foresters. So second and third, nobody out. 2 runs in for Chris Newstrom. In a 10-1 ball game. Strike one. Newstrom 1 for 4. Singled back in the third. That brought home 2 runs, and he came around to score as well. The soon-to-be UC Santa Barbara Gaucho was a volunteer past 2 years. That's to the left side, another base hit. Newstrom digs for 2, tacks on 2 more, and safe at second base. It is now 12-1 in the 8th. The first 5 have all reached base for the Foresters. Newstrom into second. And a 4 spot so far in the 8th. Still nobody out. Conversation with Sligo. But the Foresters have just, even you look back to last night's game, even here, granted it was an 8-1 scoreline entering this inning, but still the ability to pass the baton along, keep the line moving. It went hit, batsman, walk, single, double. And it's now Nick Salmon, who's reached safely all 4 times he's come to the plate today. He's just recorded 1 ABs, 1 for 1. And that's under the glove of Whitco. He can't recover, and Salmon is on in the 8th. It goes down as an E5. So the first 6 men have all reached base. It's now Luke Cornelison. He digs in with 2 on, nobody out. Got underneath it, foul ground. Gonna be tough for Voiles. And nice play from Aiden. 1 away. Heck of a play from Aiden Voiles in foul territory. The DH spot is scheduled with Josh Woodworth, but there's a pinch hitter, and we are pleased to tell you that it is Jack Fowler. Jack Fowler, who started yesterday's game, picked up the win. He's 3-0. Always takes cuts during batting practice when he's not pitching. And here he is, first plate appearance of the summer. He's been wanting to do this for quite some time. We even touched on it in our pregame interview, probably last week it was. And enter Mr. Fowler, 2 on, 1 out. Slider away at the knees. Ball 1. And we have to appreciate and love this. Bill Pintard giving Jack an opportunity in this 12-1 ball game. Yours. Pitch away at the knees. It's 2-0. 2-0 to Jack Fowler. That's in at the knees, 2-1. Before we touch more on Jack, Josh Woodworth, the Ventura native, ends up going 2 for 4. Great day for Josh Woodworth. Also scored a run. Good count for Fowler. 2-1. Ball 3. Next is Landon Schaefer. And by the way, Fowler's the 8th man to dig in this inning. Newstrom is the lead runner. Full count. And by the way, yesterday, 4 shutout innings for Fowler on 50 pitches. First plate appearance of the summer. The count's now full. Broken bat. Rodriguez flips onto first, and they got them both. And a 4-6-3 ends the inning, but the Forsters push in 4 more runs. 12-1 ball game to the last of the 8th.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Caleb Hoover back to work. Works quick in the 7th. Man was stranded at second base. After a 2-out knock, it was Mealy. But Hoover picked up his first K of his outing to record out number 3. Faces the middle 3, Whitco, Antwine, and Reese. Whitco is 2 for 3 today. Hoover starts him off with an off-speed, misses away at the knees, ball 1. 12-1 Foresters, a 4 spot in the top half of this inning. That's located in 1-1. Both Whitco and Antwine multi-hit games. First 2 batters scheduled in this inning. Straight away to center field. Easy for Janusik. Handles out number 1. So with 1 down, batter is Tyler Antwine. Two for 3 day for the left fielder. Single to right and a single to left. Good breaking pitch from Hoover, but misses upstairs, ball 1. In the air to right, that's a base hit. 3-hit day for Tyler Antwine. Gets on in front of Reese. It's now the DH in this 12-1 ball game. And we are in the last of the 8th. In this 4th meeting of the year, 4th of 6 meetings between the Foresters and the Oaks. So 1 on, 1 out. Reese 0 for 3 in this game. Ropes one straight to right field, and that ball's at the wall. Tyson Reese, extra bases, cruises into second. And a 1 out double for the DH. So Hoover gives up back-to-back hits. And now has to deal with the catcher Aiden Voiles, who made a fantastic defensive play in the top half of this inning, recording a foul out right in front of his own dugout. No force play at second for Hoover. And Voiles, who last time had an RBI ground out, he's 0 for 3. Ball and 2 strikes on Aiden Voiles. After him is the number 8 man, Grant Rodriguez. The 1-2 pitch from Hoover. Struck him out, 2 out. Got him on the pitch, down and away. And it's now Rodriguez. Second and third, 2 out. Rodriguez 0 for 3. Good breaking pitch from Hoover, strike 1. In the 9th inning, the Foresters have Schaefer, Grease, and Camberg. One. In the air to left, sends Salmon back. He's got to pick up his run, but can't make the play. In and out of his glove, and 2 runs score as a result. Rodriguez puts the ball in play, and it'll go down likely as the E7. Relatively easy play for Nick out and left. Just had to trot over to the left center field gap. Touched his glove, and as a result, an E7 and 2 unearned runs come around on the watch of Caleb Hoover. So it's now 12-3 and strike 1 on Zach Nagy. Nagy 0 for 3. Reached on an error in the 5th. 1-1. Nagy takes a strike at the knees, 1-2. Just got a piece of it. Means 1-2. One-two pitch from Hoover. Struck him out, and the inning is over. But 2 runs come around to score in the 8th. This game's headed to the 9th. Stars on top, 12-3.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Ninth inning, Landon Schaefer leads off. James Latshaw now into the ball game. The right-handed reliever. Foresters lead 12-3. It's safe to say the Foresters will win their fourth straight against the Conejo Oaks here this afternoon. They'll still play 2 more times the rest of this season. But here is Schaefer. Strike 1. 9-1-2 for the Sturs. In the last inning, we saw Jack Fowler come to the plate. Great seeing Jack get his first plate appearance of the season. There was some light heckling on the fact bounced into the DP, but Jack has been an unbelievable arm all season long and beloved member of this team. Man with the most starts of anyone got the ball on opening day. To the left side, Whitco cuts it off. 1 away. So 1 down, and the batter is Marcus Grease. So with 1 down, Grease having himself a multi-hit game. He is 2 for 3. He has reached safely 4 times today. He's just been so good all year long. Touched on it earlier in this season. I mean, he just graduated high school. Mature beyond his years. You would never know. Hasn't even gone to college yet, to TCU. Great member of this team since day 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. When you look down the lineup card today, 7 of the 9 men have all recorded hits. Everyone has reached at least safely. That's a high strike, 1-2. And Grease reaching safely 4 times today. He was hitting .370 entering this ball game. He's 2 for 3 currently. Behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Latshaw got the ground out. 2-2. Camberg is next for the Foresters. 2-2. Full count. This game started with Kolkowski going 3. Martin did a heck of an effort in the middle innings. It's now Latshaw. 3-2. That's in a foul ground out of play. But Landon Martin in relief for the Conejo Oaks. 4 innings, gave up 2 runs. If it wasn't for that 6th spot in the 3rd inning, this game might be a whole lot different with what Martin did in the middle innings. But the 3-2 to Grease. And Marcus takes the walk, reaching safely for the 5th time this ball game. Great day for Marcus at the plate. And he gets on with 1 out in the 9th. That's in the dirt ball 1. So 1-on-1 now, and Camberg walked his first time. He was a defensive change for Carter Rutenbar, entered when Caleb Hoover entered this ball game to pitch. Hoover, some quality innings. 2 runs came around on his watch, but they were unearned. 1-1. Camberg takes the ball, 2-1. Outside third base, 2-2. We were discussing earlier Camberg from Northern California. So familiar with this area. Going to UC Santa Barbara, SBCC, playing with Pepperdine this past year as a redshirt junior. Redshirt with the Gauchos in 24. What can he do here? The 2-2 pitch. That's to the right side. Making the play, Rodriguez gets the out at first. Heck of a play by Grant Rodriguez to record out number 2. Down to second crease, 2 out, and the batter is Brady Janusik. Janusik walked his first time. Was a defensive change for Ippolito. In this 12-3 ball game, and a Foresters team led by their legendary manager Bill Pintard in his 32nd year with this team. 32nd year as the manager, has been with the Foresters prior to taking over in 95. His pitching coach prior hit 1,200 career wins earlier this season. Master at building chemistry. Really what Bill Pintard does is just builds a professional atmosphere, sets the standards, operates his club like a minor league team. This ball's into right center field, and Janusik has some extra bases headed his way. He's thinking 3, picks up an RBI, and Janusik cruises in to third base, and a 2-out triple for Brady. I think every extra base hit when Janusik digs for 3, he's always lost the bucket rounding second base. Fantastic from Brady. Picks up an RBI, the 3-bagger, and it's now a 13-3 ball game. And the batter is Wiley Nelson. And Nelson is heated up in the late innings. So for 3 his first 3 times since that point. 2 for 2. Singled into left, singled to center. Takes the ball away. 1-0. And I finished that thought, but Bill Pintard really operates the Foresters in terms of how he manages his team like a minor league club. That is lined off, 1 hop to Jackson. Records out number 3. Brady Janusik brings home 1 more on the triple. On to the last of the 9th. Foresters on top 13-3.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Pitch and change for the Foresters, Lucian Wexberg. And to pitch the ninth inning, 13-3 ball game. Contreras, Mealy, Jackson, the top three. Or the Conejo Oaks, they got two in the last, scoring on error with 2 out. But the Foresters pushing in more than 10 runs for the second straight day. What an offensive performance yet again for the Foresters. First pitch misses down, 1-0. Lucian Wexberg pitching against his former team. Last time he pitched here, he picked up the save. It was a much different ball game. That ball is through. There was a play for Nelson, but the leadoff man is on Contreras to start the ninth. So Contreras is on, and it's now Owen Mealy. Strike one. And it goes down as a single on Contreras. So he's now 3 for 5, the man at the top spot in the order. 2 quick strikes on Owen Mealy. Mealy takes the ball upstairs, 1-2. And the last time the Foresters played here at Pirates Park and against the Oaks, Wexberg picked up his second save of the season. Entered in a 1-run ball game, struck out the side. In a day when the Foresters struck out 19 Oaks. Just needed 13 pitches to do so. Let me mention that Lucian playing against his former team. Played with the Oaks in 21 and 22. This is going to be a tough play. Grease across the diamond. Great play by Marcus. 1 away. Contreras down to second. Deep in the hole from Grease. So 1 on, 1 out, and it's Dylan Jackson. Jackson is 1 for 4 today. Ball 1. And the Foresters 2 outs away from beating Conejo for the 4th time this season and also handing them their 3rd home loss of the year. That's up the middle, base hit. Jackson brings home the 4th. Jackson, the 1-out single. Contreras held at third base, took a wide turn. And as a result, runners on the corners, 1 out. So 1st and 3rd, 1 away. It's now Matthew Whitco. In this 13-3 ball game. Ball 1. Wexberg, another man playing for Pepperdine, hails from Camarillo. Had a 3-3 record this past year with the Waves. We've mentioned it, I think, every time he's taken the hill, but led the WCC in saves. As this one's into left field. 3rd hit of the inning for the Oaks. Jackson from first base comes to the plate, and a 2-run double by Whitco to tack on 2 in the 9th. So 2 runs in. Whitco at second, 1 out. It's Antwine, who is 3 for 4. Chops it, Grease. Another nice play over at short, 2 out. Wexburg and the Foresters looking for one more out in this 13-5 ball game. And a high fly ball to right. Schaefer to his left. And Reese the fly out to end the ball game. And the final in this one, 13-5 Foresters. And the Stars have now won 4 straight games. They are 19-3. And for the 4th time this year, take down the Conejo Oaks. Tanner Grove picks up his 3rd win of the season. 4 shutout innings, struck out 6. Joey Wittig, Caleb Hoover, and Lucian Wexberg all entered in this game to hit. And another day for the Foresters where they pushed in more than 10 runs, pushed in 22 yesterday. 13 runs today for the Foresters against Conejo, and they win this game 13-5. For the entire team, for Bill Pintard, for Sam Papstead to my left, helping us out with the scoreboard, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long from Ventura College. We'll see you tomorrow when the Foresters are on the road once again to take on the Academy Barons in Compton. First pitch in that game is scheduled for 6:05 Pacific time. We'll come to you live right around 6 o'clock Pacific. We'll see you then. Looking forward to it. Game 3 of the road trip coming up tomorrow for the Foresters.